don't know why I saluted. You can't hear me. But you know me, I'm just stalling, waiting for the notification. There it is. Now I am officially live. So welcome to the Troy Graham Experience, the Saturday boxing edition. You know, sometimes this era of boxing is so confusing. It's riding the short bus of boxing is just very confusing at times. So, I'm gonna take my time with it. I don't have to go backwards to go forwards because the title is self-explanatory. Like this era of boxing is so confusing. Now, for those who don't know, but they're just kind of a passing through boxing fan, or those who are in the know in boxing, your podcasters and fans of those shows. Okay, so Crawford Canelo fight in September, which is 1 month away, right? Or 2 months away. So then you have the Haney versus Norman Bryant Jr. fight, which is in November, which is what, 4 months away. So the confusion I'm having is, why is it that we're hearing more about Haney versus Ryan Norman? Even before the brawl, we were hearing more about Haney versus Bryant than we were about Crawford. Crawford and Canelo. Hmm? Well, why is it that we're hearing more about a fight that's coming up in November than one that's coming up in September? Would and the two fighters that are fighting in September have a total of two losses amongst them, over 100 fights, I believe, or close. If it's not over 100, then it's close to 100 fights, right? Bunch of knockouts. Both of them are multiple division champions. I think both of them, Crawford comes from 135, 140, 147, 154. So that's four. Canelo 154, 160, 168, 175. So that's four. Eight divisions. And you telling me that Brian Norman and Devin Haney, and for what reason? For what reason? Maybe one of y'all can let me know. For what reason is the fight with the lesser known fighters getting more attention than the fight with the more accomplished, more known fighters, bigger fighters, I should say? That's what the confusion is about. That's what the confusion is about. Because at the end of the day, I don't understand that. I don't understand that whatsoever. You know, not at all. Soul Rebel, bless up. Now I don't understand that. I truly don't. Because if you're a fan of boxing, you want to do things in order, don't you? You want to be discussing. Sure, you want to talk about the brawl with Haney and Brian Norman Jr. Sure, yeah, get that out your system. But even like I said, even before that, just just the whisper should be fight between Haney and Brian Norman Jr. got more attention than the Canelo versus Crawford fight, which was amazing to me because put all their accomplishments together, all due respect to both those brothers, Haney and Brian Norman Jr., they don't, they can't hold a candle to Crawford and Canelo. They haven't reached that plateau yet. They haven't been there. But yet still, everybody seems, when you go through these podcasts, Tell me how many of them are talking about Crawford versus Canelo. How many? All right, because I'm always confused at that. This is why I said to myself, instead of complaining about a thing, do the thing that you're complaining about. Hence the Troy Graham experience. Puro, what's going on, good sir? So hence the Troy Graham. I don't have to talk about it. I could just be about it, which is what I'm doing right here today. I could just be. You know what? I might do something for y'all. Let me see something right quick. Stick and stay. If hopefully this doesn't kick me off because I'm doing this on my phone, right? So stick and stay, y'all. Let me see if I get brother on real quick. Uh, there we go. All right. Hopefully I didn't kick myself off, but yeah, just stick and stay real quick. I'll be right back on. I'm trying to send the link out to somebody, right? Okay, so send the link. See if that brother comes on. Y'all hold on. I'll be right back to the show. I'll be right back. Did not put his name in like that. Okay, I guess I did. All right. Uh, so I gotta work on. I'm working. I should be getting my good lord, my iPad today. Should be coming today. If it doesn't come, it'll come on Tuesday. I'm not counting Saturday and Sunday as business days, but they said it should come today. So to me, it's not much going on in boxing. So why why is Crawford and Canelo not getting the attention? Because that's going to be the great fight of this era. Now, if you're the one who focuses on pay-per-views, don't watch this fight. Do not watch this. What's going on? And now, if your focus is pay-per-views and how many people show up to watch it, don't tune in to watch Crawford Canelo. If you're the type that wants to see a knock you if you want to see a knockdown drag out fight, two people just standing there, you might not want to watch this either. But if you're the type that wants to see a good fight where the, as I'm pretty sure someone's gonna get knocked down or hurt. Hold on a second. Yeah, I thought that was FedEx with my iPad, but I was incorrect. So I'm back. So if you want to see two very skilled individuals that are going to put on a damn good fight, it'll be a fight. There'll be some boxing in there, but it's going to be a when it comes down to it, it's going to be a fight. Then Crawford and Canelo is going to be for you. It's going to be for you. You don't know which I Norman and will you know what? I know what I'm going to get with Brian Norman because he's very deliberate and he's a strong young man. And they should have never put hands on his father like that all up on this. You don't do that. That's disrespectful, right? So he's very deliberate, man. So and he's strong as all hell too. So if Haney doesn't make him respect him in there, even fight him like he fought the boy from New Orleans. Help me out with his name again. Who's New Orleans? And he dropped him in the first or second round. And when I told people that Haney could TKO him before the fight, people were looking at me like I was crazy. Who's that cat? I don't remember his name. but he fought for the unified 140-pound belt and he lost. Regis, right? Regis. If he fights him like he fights Regis, minus being being so safety first and tight. If he gets his respect early and keeps getting his respect with his boxing, Junior won't be so fast forward to stepping in and thinking he's gonna do something. He's gonna get his attention, boom, and then he's gonna say, okay, I still feel I'm stronger than him. I'm gonna come, but I'm gonna come a little bit more cautious. If he doesn't do that, the boy gonna walk him down and do him dirty. He's gonna attempt to do him dirty, right? So that's what you're gonna get in that fight. But to me, hold on, y'all. To me, we so hold on. What happened? You pop. Try it. Try again. I tried to bring you up and it jumped off, or I knocked you out by mistake. Okay, I guess we'll see. Soul Boxing, Soul Rebel. How you doing?
Hey, what's
Hello?
up, Troy? What's up, Troy Graham? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, respect to you, man.
How you?
Saw you on here talking a little bit of boxing.
Yes, sir. Every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be here.
Hey, listen, man. I know you had a real health scare a while back, man. I'm glad you're doing better.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Hey, I agree with you. I agree
I'm
with you.
good, man. But
I think Haney needs to fight Brian Norman similar to Regis. Yeah, it's true.
hmm just a little bit more pressure. A little bit more pressure than how he fought Regis, because he actually could have TKO'd Regis, but he didn't.
You got a knockdown on him, and I wanted to suggest something to you. Yes, you're not wrong that
hmm
Haney does fight really tight a lot of times,
hmm
but he's also had some good fights. Like he's willing to fight too.
hmm
If you look at the Loma
Yeah.
fight, which is very controversial, he let his hands go and he fought that fight. Cambosis and Regis really. So especially there was a Mexican fighter he fought as well that I can't remember. And this guy, the Mexican fighter, also knocked down Loma in a fight. I'm having a hard time remembering his name, but that Haney was really
Okay.
active in that fight. Yeah.
Okay. And also, why do you think that fight is getting more attention than the way bigger fight with Canelo and Crawford, which is a much bigger fight and there's more on the line in that fight? Because that's whoever win. If Crawford wins, that goes into history. If Canelo wins, they'll just say he beat the smaller man. But if Crawford wins, he's in history. He'll be what, three time, undisputed, something that's never been done.
That's a good question. I think as time goes on, that fight's gonna. I think everybody's gonna tune in. Troy. The only thing is I think it's rubbed boxing fans the wrong way because
Why?
there's kind of a built-in excuse if Crawford loses, well, he came up 3 weight classes. You know, so it's just it's not it's kind of abnormal for a fighter to come up 3 weight classes to face
Two
but
weight
to me.
classes. He came.
Oh, two.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
one
came
fifty.
up
You're
two.
right. But you get me on that. I kind of feel like boxing fans don't want to promote it as much because maybe for that reason because they think there's a handicap in the fight. But I don't feel that way. Personally, I don't feel that way. I think Bud can handle it. You know what I'm saying? But
I would feel that. I don't. I mean, honestly, what the handicap would be on his side, not on Canelo's side, because Crawford is the one that asked for the fight. He asked for this fight. He asked for it. And at first, Alvarez said no because it wouldn't make any sense because I don't gain anything from it. Then eventually, I guess they met his price, and he said, "Okay, well, let's go ahead and do it."
right,
Right.
exactly.
So I don't see a handicap. I see it. I see it as the fight that this generation said they just wanted. They wanted this big fight with 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 fighters who are basically going into the Hall of Fame, fighters that have a legacy, fighters that will fight, and fighters that have the skill. So where's the hype?
Well,
Where's
and
all the promotion?
boxing
Yeah.
fans are drama junkies too. So we already got our press conferences with
Hmm.
Canelo and Bud. Then we had a couple weeks there. We had a couple weeks
Hmm.
there where that died down a little bit. Now that Haney and Norman had that confrontation, and
Hmm.
shout out to Devin Haney, man. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
his first fight at welterweight is going to be against. Is Norman a champion? I want to say he's a champion at welterweight.
He is the WBO champion.
So his first fight at welterweight
He is the
is
WBO
for the belt,
champion right
and he's
now.
fighting a guy coming off a big knockout. So you got to respect that. But yeah, I think it's natural, bro. Like obviously people are talking about it.
Hmm.
You know, today's news type shit.
Yeah, yeah, kind of. What have you done for me lately? But definitely want to see that fight, And I don't, I'm gonna keep talking about it. Just like there's a fight coming up in August on my birthday of all things, right?
Oh, nice.
Uh, between Dillian White and the so-called second coming of Mike Tyson, youngster named Moses over there in the UK, who's been
Oh,
knocking
good,
out everybody. I don't know.
good name drop.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this cat, man. I never heard of this Moses cat. Now I'm got to look into him, man.
Well, well, check him out because I watched at least 10 of his fights one day. Just this before I knew he was going to fight Dillian White. I just watched him because I heard all the rumblings. I, s- I, I just heard all the rumblings about him, so I said, let me check him out. Me personally, I think most of the fights that I've seen him in, or all of them, it seemed like all his fighters are just hung up on the hook and he was just knocking them down. I didn't see any resistance. They were big. They threw some punches. He hit them. They went down.
Right.
I didn't
Well,
see
it
any
sounds like
resistance
Moses is in the early
whatsoever.
part of his career, man. So now he's getting a big fight with Dillian White, and
He is. He's on. He's not even 21.
wow. Well, and that's cool, man. I can tell you're a real boxing fan because a lot of
Yeah, he's
people
only.
wouldn't even talk about a Dillian White fight, but
Hmm.
he's still doing it. He's still doing it.
Well, I had Dillian's trainer on because I did a tribute show for Mike McCollum, right? By the name of Jonathan Felton, who is Riddick Bowe's manager, and he's in the know in boxing, as they say. If you don't know Jonathan Felton, you don't know nobody. If you really know boxing, but you have to just know the sport to know him, because he's one of those guys that basically everybody that's anybody knows him, right? You could drop his name to Tyson, Holyfield, Prince Turkey, and they know who Jonathan is, right? A lot
All
of
right.
podcasters wouldn't know who he is. Yeah, so he was on there. And my brother from Baltimore, Marvin McDowell, the great coach, that's my brother. He follows me everywhere. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's in Baltimore Hall of Fame as a boxer, and I believe he's going in as a trainer as well, right? So we did a tribute show for Mike, and Buddy McGurk's the one that told me about the fight with Dillian and Moses. Yeah. And you are on mute if you're saying anything. Yep, still on mute. But yeah, those are the things to me that I would do in order. I'm not doing the Dillian fight today, but I wanted to talk about Crawford and Canelo and Haney and Norman, which is going to be a good fight, but it's not bigger than this one. Yeah, they told me I'm from a different era. It's funny because I'm still here. So there you have that. I just want things to be I just kind of trying to work it out in my head. Why the biggest fight of this era so far? is getting whispers and
Well,
nobody's putting any pressure on it.
I
Go
just I
ahead.
no, you're great. I just find that kind of an interesting take that you don't think it's got
Hmm.
any hype, and I'm wondering why you think that. Because
I go to
I've
different
heard
pod.
the boxing talk. Yeah,
Yeah, well, see, I go to different podcasts and I pay attention to others. I just don't participate. And I see what they're talking about. 9 out of 10 times, it's not Crawford. It's not Crawford and Canelo. Nine out.
you know what, Troy? You're right.
Yeah.
You're right because this fight should be talked about because this is the best fight, bro. I mean, Terrence Crawford, the phenom, the undefeated high knockout ratio versus Canelo Alvarez. Like it's been what's been whispered is that fight could happen, but probably won't. Now it's happening. It's happening, bro. And I can't imagine people aren't fascinated with the bout because I know I am. I think it's a mega fight as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and be honest with you, I think this is the first time that I've heard of that somebody's moved up to welterweight and knocked out every single one of his opponents. He didn't go the distance one time at welterweight. And the first guy he fought now now is a middleweight, which is John Horn. Right? That's his name, Horn.
Jeff Horn, that's right. Yep.
Jeff Horn. Jeff John. Yeah. So his first fight at 154 was against 100. At 147. At 147, he fought a
That's
guy
my
that
thing.
basically was
That
a 160 pounder. Yeah.
that's my thing, Troy. Is I think personally, I think Terrence Crawford's resume is a little underrated. Everybody says that he hasn't fought
Mm-hmm.
anybody. Everybody says he hasn't fought anybody, but
Mm-hmm. Not at all.
let's talk about it. I mean, when he fought Gamboa, if I'm not mistaken, Gamboa was undefeated, lightning fast hands, dangerous puncher, and all they'll do is talk about how
He
he got rocked versus Gamboa. Well, duh,
dropped.
he fought a very dangerous fighter.
Mm-hmm.
But what they don't talk about is how Crawford turned around and knocked Gamboa down twice in vicious fashion. So that was a good opponent. Ricky Burns
Mm-hmm.
is a great opponent,
Yeah.
perhaps elite at the time. And then you got, we can talk about the decline of
Mm-hmm.
fighters all day long, but he fought Kell Brook, Amir Khan, Sean Porter, Victor Postol, Earl Spence, and let me tell you that Israel Madrimov is nothing to play with either. And he pulled that win out as well. The only guy he hasn't stopped, probably in, I don't know,
Well,
5 years.
well. Mm-hmm. Brooks declined. He was on a three-fight knockout streak at 154
Tell him,
when
Troy.
he
That's
fought
right. He was
when
on a
he
winning
fought
streak.
Crawford. Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's the first time I think Brooke has ever really been knocked out like that. Because Triple G didn't knock him out. Errol Spence didn't knock him out. He Triple G got a stoppage against him, but he didn't knock him out, did he? No.
See, that's why I love a
Hmm.
serious
Gam.
That's why I love a serious boxing conversation because that's a big deal. No, Kell Brook's 3-fight winning streak wasn't against these elite guys, but he came off a 3-fight winning streak. If
No.
anybody remembers that time, Kell Brook had a great training camp going into Crawford. You know, I mean, you can just write. People
Hmm.
just write these wins off like, oh, he was dead in the water. Didn't Kell Brook come back and dominate Amir Khan years later? Like years later.
Yeah, it wasn't really a fight. That fight should have happened years ago, but it wasn't really a fight. He just beat him up. It just, and nobody beats up. You say what you want about Khan, nobody really beats him up. He gave everybody problems, but he got beat up in that fight. And I got a message in the chat. Gamboa was too small. Ricky Burns was never a good fighter, never an elite fighter. How was he too small when he was? They were in the same weight class, sir. But look, I got to check on someone. I think supposed to have two guests on here. Let me jump on real quick to see if they send me a message. All right,
Go ahead.
hang on one second for me. Let me turn this camera off. I'll be right back. Let me see. Okay, they didn't send me any messages. Uh, come on, come on, come on. Yep, okay.
Well,
Sorry
Ricky,
about that. I thought I had some
see,
message. Hmm.
people, Troy, people equivalate, or I'm trying to think, equivalate. Is that the right word? People equal.
Hmm. Close
People
enough.
will try to say that you're not elite based on your popularity. You know, just because people didn't know Ricky Burns doesn't mean that he wasn't a two-weight world champion and maybe once again undefeated, if I'm not mistaken. But I probably am. I think he did have a loss, um,
Right.
but he was considered an elite fighter. I've talked to boxing heads that are literally
Let me tell.
in the game, and they've considered Ricky
Hmm.
Burns an elite fighter. And he went overseas to fight him. Like
Okay.
when people are talking boxing, you got to consider all those little things.
Yeah, Ricky Burns was an awkward type of cat too. He wasn't really a straight up fighter's fighter. He was kind of awkward. Right. Let me see if I get this next brother on here.
The tricky fighter, yeah. I mean,
Piero, what's going
Yo,
on, sir?
what up, Troy? What up, Soul?
hey, good morning, Piero. Good morning.
How you doing, brother? And the word you're looking for is equate.
Oh, thanks,
Right.
man. Yeah, I was like somewhere around there.
You were there. You were there. You were there.
Yeah.
And not to
Yeah,
be
but go ahead and
the
finish.
yeah, Soul. Finish your thought.
Yeah, yeah, and then
Well,
Piero,
yeah,
you jump back in. I didn't mean to cut you off, brother.
what I love about boxing talk is everybody's got a good opinion. But personally, I think that fighting the likes of Ricky Burns and then going overseas and beating him was you know, he's pretty close to an elite fighter. I just don't think he was popular enough for boxing fans to show him the love or give him the credit to being an elite fighter.
Okay, Piero, but I got a guy, Purple Hash.
Yo,
Yeah, let's just. Wow, that was fast. Yeah, yeah, let me read this chat room. Yeah, let's just chuck Rebel's boxing opinion and dude who voted for PFD. I don't know what that means, but go ahead, Piero.
Yeah, there's just lately, bro. There's just a lot of rude people being trolls, saying nasty stuff, man. I'm kind of getting over it, but I'm over it, dude. You know, it's not that serious.
Lately, they've been nasty for years, bro.
yeah, man.
Some people have just been nasty for years. But go ahead, Piero. You had something to say.
No, just real quick that I don't mean to be the lone contrarian on the panel, but Kell Brooks loss versus Terrence Crawford and Triple G were the same. They both got TKO'd. They both were stopped by the ref. Which one was more severe? Yeah, it's up for debate. But I mean, Triple G and Terrence Crawford put, beat the ever living stuffing out of the guy.
Well, yeah, but the fact is, he stopped everybody that he fought at 147,
Facts. Facts.
and he had what 10 fights at 147. Yeah, did he have 10 or
I don't
am I
remember how
wrong?
many, but he had plenty. He had a good sample
Hmm.
size.
Yeah, he did. He did, and Brooke actually came out and said that's the hardest he's ever been hit. Which, to be honest with you, I had to go back and rewind it and watch what he caught him with. Brooke jumped into a straight right. And that's his jab. I think at the time he was fighting Southpaw, and
Right. It
that's
was
what
like a.
caught him. But he
That's
said that's
right.
the
I always
hardest he's
found that
ever been
interesting
hit.
because it was kind of a jab. It was like a strong jab punch.
Hmm.
And Kell Brook was winning that fight, if memory serves.
Back in the, he, yeah, but Crawford started slow, but back in the day we called it a shotgun jab, where you throw your right, you throw your jab, you step in with your
Power.
jab like you
Yeah,
would
yeah,
step
yeah.
in with your right, shotgun jab.
Yeah. Triple G had that.
Yeah. So, but let me well, yeah, but let me ask you, Piero, why is
Yes, sir.
it that Brian Norman Jr. and Haney fight is getting more attention than the Crawford. There must be a delay, Puro, but go ahead.
What's up? So I think your question was, why is the B Norman Haney fight getting more attention than the Crawford Canelo fight?
Canelo fight. Yes.
I would say because they got into a fight, and two, the Crawford fight ain't. It's like miles. It's like months away. You know, it's not. We're not even close to that fight yet.
Yeah, that fight's in September. Haney and them don't fight till November.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the last show we were on before the brawl, which was with Dub, they were talking about Haney and Norman possibly could be fighting, and Dub said, well, they don't. Uh, the fight with Crawford is not till August. We're gonna start talking about it. It's July now, and they still putting Haney and Norman over Crawford and Canelo. So I'm kind of confused with all that.
Nah, man, it's just today's news, right? That's all. That's all that is, man. It's getting a little bit of hype
Hmm.
because, and the thing is, man,
Yeah,
it's
it
it's
is.
a it's a
It is.
completely fair bout. It's a welter. Well, it's going to be a good fight, and people are. I think there's a lot of people that don't like Devin
Hmm.
Haney based on his actions and suing people and stuff like that. So
Right. That's
that
no
plays
problem.
into it. People a lot. It seems to me that a lot of people want Norman to rip his head off. Like that's what I notice a lot out here.
Yeah, yeah. I don't get what wrong Haney has done in the ring or just as a human being overall for him to catch so much fire. What has he done? He's never been arrested. He ain't beat no woman up. He ain't doing anything out of ordinary. So he's just being a normal boxing. He's just boxing and living his life. So what's all the so-called haters they say?
I
What's
think
that
it's the
all
Diddy
about?
parties. I think it's the Diddy parties.
Ah, yeah,
Man,
man.
I don't think that boy been to any of them baby oil and rub me down real nice part.
No, it's
I don't
documented
think
there,
so.
Troy. He's been there.
I don't think so.
It's documented. I got the picture around here
Yeah,
somewhere.
so that don't mean even
It's just
okay,
the way
cool.
he's
Let's
It's
say
just
he
the
been
way
there.
he's
Let's
moving,
say it,
Troy.
right? We
It's
can't
Bill
prove it.
Haney. It's Bill Haney. It's the
How
suing. It's all that.
uh, I'm gonna get him on here and have a conversation with him, just like I'm gonna get Brian Norman Sr. on here and have a conversation with him. But what is it with Bill Haney? What has he done wrong
Nothing.
besides do his job?
And there's a lot. There's a lot to unpack there. But
Hmm.
like, I think he just supports his son full heartedly, and a lot of it's just tough being kind of. He's not maybe he's a boxing promoter. I wouldn't say but he promotes his son, and just I don't know. He's turned people off over the years. You know.
Well, I could tell you what he's doing. He's just being a promoter for his son, and he's keeping him out of the limelight and have the limelight focused on him. This way, this way, he his son won't get scrutinized for every little thing, and people won't try to dig into his personal life because now they're focused on the father, and the father carries all that. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing, which is the right thing to do.
Well, he
Now,
did a
if his
bad job
son
of it
if his
last couple
son
of
wanted
days.
more limelight, well, no, no, because Haney didn't do anything outside of a boxing. All he, all that brawl did was promote their fight. That wasn't outside of boxing.
I think the main thing to hang on to that I
That's
hang
a
my
part
hat
of the
on
sport, Mickey.
is that Haney fights good competition. That's what I like about him is that he continues to fight good
Yeah.
competition. So I mean, I'm always gonna dig that. He's not fighting scrubs. His first fight at 140 was for a belt versus Regis, and that was
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people thought that was going to be a really close fight. And then now he's going up to welterweight, and he's fighting a welterweight champion who just came off a knockout. He's fought Lomachenko. I mean, the kid's moving pretty well.
A vicious knockout.
That's right. Um, Now,
Yeah.
let me ask you guys a question. Has there ever been a fighter in history that got his loss reversed? Has that ever happened, or is that specific to Devin Haney?
It's happened many a times.
Has it? Has it? Yeah, I didn't know.
That's
I
the
didn't know.
first time. Yeah. You know who else did that, Pharaoh? Because that's the first time I heard of it.
Let me see. I would have to think about it,
You
but it
know.
ain't the first time. That's all I know.
Yeah, I've actually never heard of it.
Fair enough. Puro knows his
The
boxing, so I'll take his word
Yeah,
for it.
no, I could be wrong.
yeah.
Like I could be wrong. You guys are probably like, "Oh, no, Puro knows right off the bat." Now, like off the top of my head, I'll just call you guys right. But yeah, I mean, it's like nothing. What's the phrase? Nothing's new under the sun in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure it's happened before.
One
Mm-hmm.
thing, I'll make a
Except.
quick boxing point if I may. I'll be quick, but I was kind of one of the guys that thought that Ryan beat him fair and square, and he ran into some left hooks because Devin fought the wrong fight. And I still kind of feel that way. However, I will say this is that the Ryan Garcia that fought Rolly, I know styles make fights, like Rolly brought a different fight to Ryan. I didn't like that whole steroid thing. Kind of interesting because I didn't think Ryan was quite the same as he was when he fought Devin. So just argument's sake.
And before you go,
well,
Troy,
well,
Nair
you.
Albright is
Well,
one
I gotta.
that comes to mind.
Mhm.
Nair Albright, he lost to
Uh, who? Who is that?
Keyshawn Davis. He lost to
Yeah.
Keyshawn Davis, but then Keyshawn Davis popped for marijuana, and they turned his win to a no contest.
Okay.
Ooh, nice. Wow, did not know that.
Yeah, just made back his win. So what the problem is? And be honest
So,
with you, I've
what's your
been
take on that,
I,
guys? What's your take on that? That Ryan didn't look quite like the same fighter. Do you think steroids played a role in the Devin Haney fight?
No.
I think Rolly made a point. He said some people in boxing when they get hit, they either get angry or they just fall. They just go down to stay down. Which one do you think Ryan is? Hit and hurt, I should say.
Yeah, I like
He
the style.
folded.
To be honest, I like the styles make fights. I think Rolly was a just a problem for Ryan. Like I said, I found it interesting. I don't know if I hang my hat on the fact that steroids really was the difference in the Haney Ryan fight. Haney fought the wrong fight. He went in there and fought him, and he got hit with left hooks. You know, that's what happens when you fight the wrong fight, bro.
Be honest, be honest with you, the okay now the fight with Rolly and Ryan. There's no way that Rolly should have been a problem because he's one of those guys. You know, he's a setup guy. He has to set up to throw his punches, and Ryan is much faster than him. So why not get out of there? Get out of there. Well, why didn't he fight like that? Right? And
Mm.
now the fight with Haney is
But is
that
Ryan that guy? Is Ryan that guy?
Haney's
You
pride
know.
got the best of him in that damn fight. Well, if he
You know what
wasn't
I
so
mean? Like,
damn lazy, like this is not me saying that. These are the trainers said he's lazy.
but what I'm saying
He's
too. Well,
lazy. Yeah.
there's that. There's that too. But is Ryan really a smart boxer? Now he's got good hand speed, but the kid always is in a fight. Is he the guy to just pop you and get out of the way? Pop you and get out of the way. Seems to me that he fights, and he fought with a guy that was stronger when he fought
Hmm.
Rolling. You know.
Go ahead, Piero.
Oh, well, that particular Ryan versus Rolly fight, it was horrendous. I thought both fighters fought terrible. Seriously, I mean, like
It wasn't good. Yeah, it wasn't good.
when you outland your opponent in every category and still lose the fight, that fight was horrible. Yeah, because at the end of
Hey,
the day, like the only thing that and it probably was because, like you said, so like he felt his power and he changed his game plan. Whatever it was, you have to ask Ryan this. Like I can't read minds. But like literally, like the only thing that and it's funny because they're like he's like getting all this praise, like he fucking outboxed him, like it was a masterclass, whatever. The only thing that Rolly did was successful with was that stab jab to the body, and the only thing that Ryan did in that fight was land the jab over and over again. but
Mm.
nothing more, nothing less. Like, look at that fight again. It was horrendous, but like literally, like I didn't think Ryan won the fight by any stretch of the imagination. I just thought, like, literally, Rolly did that little bit more than Ryan, and he took the
That's
fight.
right.
That's what I saw, bro.
Yeah,
So,
and
end of the
you're
day, I
right.
never want to see that fight ever again. I don't
Ryan
care.
Yeah,
was kind of
the
fighting.
first
He
I don't
was
care how much
doing a
fight there
safe,
is. I'm good. I'm good on it.
kind of a safe jab to protect himself from getting
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
the truth is though, the first punch you get hit and hurting with shouldn't be the first punch that stopped you, unless you didn't see it coming. But he saw it coming because it was a straight punch. He just didn't have anything for it.
Yeah.
Now I haven't seen that fight in a while. Did he have his hands up when he threw that punch, or was his hands
Ryan,
down
I don't
when
remember.
when Rolly threw that punch? I don't remember either. But
Ryan has a tendency to let his
basically,
hands drop. He always has.
Well, he fights that way.
and he keeps his head up while he's punching too. He keeps his chin up while he's punching. That's why he got caught. I mean,
What it is with
personally, I
Ryan
think
is
he
very.
has
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
some
Go ahead.
talent. No, no, no. Go ahead, because you were going to say what I was going to say. So go ahead.
No, what I think about Ryan is
Go
he's
ahead,
very
Pure.
undisciplined in the ring. Like, I disagree with you guys about this trainer saying that he's lazy.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of
Mm-hmm.
lazy. I heard Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia. I heard Eddie say that he's very distracted with all the shit that goes around in his life. That, like, like when he's in the gym, like that's what like frustrated him the
Mm-hmm.
most, is that he's always distracted with the things that are happening outside in his life. But lazy, I've never really heard anybody call him lazy. But to me, I'm just gonna say, like most of these fighters nowadays, it's like a waste of talent, especially
Well,
Ryan.
mhm.
Ryan's the biggest waste of talent I've seen in the
I
ring.
remember Garcia trainer said that Anthony Joshua was lazy. I remember that going into yeah.
well, Puro. In boxing, you could be physically lazy, and you could also be mentally lazy. Because if you're not needle eye tuned into what you're doing, and you get distracted that easily, then you're
Mm-hmm.
not focused. Which is another way of saying stop being so damn mentally lazy, because you can really get hurt in there.
I hear you.
Most of the great boxers you've seen, they don't focus on anything but what they went to that training camp to do. Nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Nothing.
I agree.
And how many trainers have told him that? I know it's more than one trainer that said that to him. I think Hopkins said something to him too about that you need to get serious about your career or something to that extent. I don't remember it word for
Yeah,
word.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. They all have told him that.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd like to think I'm not alone in this theory, but I just when it comes to Ryan Garcia for whatever reason,
Hmm.
I just don't take him as serious as an up and coming fighter who's hungry to win belts and stuff like that. He's been popular outside of boxing. He's already rich, and he just does not come off to me like a guy that's really trying to like goal oriented, move up the ranks, fight 3 times a year. You know, so it's like with Ryan, he's fun to watch. He's a good talent, but he's going to run into problems because he's not that serious about the sport.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like having two beautiful. You say, well, I can do what I want because let's say if I fall down in boxing, I could go back out and I have all these sponsors, right? So I'm still going to make money. Once the sponsorship died down, I could come back into boxing, fight a few times, make a couple of million. So I'm good either way. He's basically the picture of having your cake and eat it too. He could do what he wants. He's never going to be remembered as great if he's remembered at all, which I doubt it.
Yeah, I would agree. Waste of talent, like I said. I believe
Hmm.
that about all these fighters, though. Devin,
Yeah.
Shakur, Tank,
Hmm.
Stent. And that's just because I'm old school. I expect all this
Well.
talent to show some type of fruit.
Hmm.
Dude, right, right. I feel the same way. I feel the
I
same
feel
way.
like I feel like if say all these guys retired next year, all we're gonna remember is all the antics that we saw. You know what I'm saying? All the BS, yelling and barking at each other.
Yeah, just to
Yeah. They fight outside the ring
It's
a
all the minutia,
lot
but
more.
when it comes to Devin, at least, but at least you could say he's accomplished something. Uh, Ryan ain't accomplished. His biggest win is Campbell still, and his biggest fight is a loss to Tank.
Well, I'm not
So
gonna lie to you. I'll be honest that when he put Haney down 2 3 times and beat him in the fashion that he did, I thought I thought he shook up the boxing world a little bit with that, and then it got tainted, and you guys know
there,
why. But
there,
that was a good bout for what
there
it's
you
worth.
go. There you go. That's what took away from it right there. You said the word tainted. If it wasn't tainted, then I would give him all the credit in the world for it. But like you
Yeah, but
said, it was tainted.
if you look a little deeper into that, like he didn't even get in trouble for all that. Like he didn't even get suspended for that. Like
What did he get
I don't know,
suspended for?
not disclosing his supplements.
Yeah.
Man, I got people coming at me about the Epstein files, dude.
You get what I'm saying, though, Troy? It's like not even the
Wow, like wow, man, I get more credit than I deserve, bro. Holy
not
cow!
even not even the people that are supposed to be litigating, or not even
Rebel
litigating,
just
but
hates.
like properly what's the word I'm looking for? Properly like handing out sanctions for what they do. They're not even handing them out for what they
Hmm.
did.
Hmm.
There's also evidence out there that his supplements were tainted, but then people come up with 10,000 excuses like, oh,
Yes.
but they were open, they were this, they were that.
Personally,
Okay.
Puro,
I'm
I could,
sorry, Pure, because when you said his supplements were tainted,
Mm.
yeah.
bro, I
No,
could
but
honestly break down that steroid thing real quick.
but
The
these were like literally like tests that were sent by Dr. Margaret Goodman for testing. These supplements were tested by Dr. Margaret Goodman. They weren't tested by the team. They were tested by VADA. And
right.
VADA and the results that VADA got back from these companies said that these supplements were tainted. You get what I'm saying? So it's like
Mm.
I'm not saying that he didn't do what
Let
he
me.
did, whatever. I'm just saying that there's a reasonable suspicion on all this stuff. You get what I'm saying? For me personally, at the end of the day, they're gonna listen
Absolutely.
to me. They're gonna listen
Hmm.
to you're gonna listen to these other channels that got like 10,000 subscribers. They ain't gonna listen to me.
Hey, listen, man. What was found in his urine, I don't think was a lie. This is the thing, though. This is the thing. He had multiple drug tests leading up to the fight, and they were clean. The one that was dirty was real close to the fight, and what I'm saying is, even if he did take drugs, it didn't even have an opportunity to really affect his performance. To be on steroids, from what I understand, they have to actually take hold and help you. I don't know that you can take steroids 2 days before a fight and that it's going to help you at all.
You know what, Soul? That sounds great and it makes a lot of common sense. But if I'm a lawyer, right? Because since he was taken to court, if I'm a lawyer, what am I looking for? I'm looking for anything that could harm you, mess your character up to the jury, or find you guilty of whatever. And that's what they found. It doesn't matter whether it took
Yeah,
hold or
but
not. It just
all
matters
the
that it was
evidence, Troy,
there.
that was presented
That's all that matters.
doesn't prove guilt beyond the reasonable doubt.
Foreign substance, right?
Just the
So
foreign substance.
Hmm.
I'm just making
The
the
foreign
argument that
substance that was if I'm his lawyer, I'd be like, okay, yeah, they found this foreign substance that if you read the results that was sent in by VADA were due to tainted supplements. We're not saying that we should be not held to account for what was in our system. To do what you must.
right.
But this shows that this was not an intention to cheat. And to me, if I'm
Well,
litigating it, it's clear as day. There's no way you can
well,
spin
I
it
tell you what,
that
you
it was the other otherwise.
you
And this was
sound
proven
brilliant.
by
I
You
think the punishment's valid. I think the punishment's
mhm.
valid.
no, the
I'm
punishment
making
was
the
valid.
yeah.
The punishment was valid. Yeah.
I'm making the argument that I don't think that he
Rolling with the
performed.
punches, rolling with the punches.
I don't think he performed better because of the steroids. I don't think they had enough time to take
Hmm.
hold. However, I do agree with the punishment. If they're in your system, it is what it is.
Yeah, no, I agree. And to be honest, I'm no expert to tell you
Let me
if
say
they.
this, Puro, real quick,
Go ahead.
right?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, Puro. I was gonna say
No, no,
you
no. Oh, of
sound
course you have
brilliant.
to
You're
apologize
making
to me, brother.
wonderful sense. His lawyer must suck. His lawyer. No, no, no. I'm not apologizing to you. I'm saying you make
I got
sense,
you. Uh-huh.
and his lawyer must have really sucked if he couldn't point that simple fact out. What's up, rolling with the punches? And so to me, if you could see it and you could articulate it like that, why the hell
Mhm.
couldn't his lawyer do that?
No, they did. They did. They did. It's why
See?
he was punished for what he was punished
They
for.
didn't do a good job of it. They
No,
did
they.
not
I
do
mean,
it.
they
They
did
did
a
a
good job. They did a good job because if
he
they
did a
didn't do
piss
a
poor
good
job
job,
of it.
no, the Troy. But this is the thing: if they didn't do a good job, he
Hmm
wouldn't have got punished for what he got punished for. He would have got punished
What did he
for.
get punished for?
He got punished for not disclosing all of his supplements. They would have thrown the book at him if they wouldn't argued that point.
Hey Troy,
Back.
this Puro,
They did.
Troy, this Puro
Hmm
is sharp, isn't he? Man, he's sharp. He knows boxing, bro. It's crazy.
No,
No, I'm
Puro's
just
He
telling
always
you.
been
even
sharp.
remembers the doctors' names, man. That's pretty good. Pretty good.
No, I mean everybody knows Dr. Margaret Goodman. She's been
N-
around the sport. You know who Dr. Margaret Goodman is, right, Troy?
I do too. Now that you
No,
say it, now that you
uh,
say it,
no,
No, well, she's the head of VADA.
no.
She's
But
the
go
head of
ahead,
VADA.
Puro. Go ahead.
She's the head of VADA.
Oh, okay.
Dr.
How did we
Flip
get
Pomansky, you
Vada in
never heard of him?
boxing again?
Victor Conte
Yeah,
and
of course I
Dr.
did. But
Goodman
how did we get? Yeah, yeah. I've heard of all of them. But how did
and
we get
Onito
Vada
Donaire
in
as
boxing
well.
again?
Onito Donaire was a big part of it.
Say his name. Go ahead and say it.
Who?
No, no,
Victor
no, no,
Conte?
no. Say his name. No, no, no.
Is that who you're referring to? Victor Conte?
Floyd.
No, no. Floyd. Floyd had nothing to
No,
do with VADA.
Floyd.
Floyd had nothing to do with VADA.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, yeah, because he was the one asking people to take Vada, and Vada had nothing to do with
No,
boxing at the time.
he
Because
never
Vada
asked
never had anything to
anybody
do
to
with
take
boxing.
VADA. He never asked anybody to take VADA.
what was the
He asked
random drug?
Pacquiao to do it.
What
He
was the
asked Shannon to
random
do
drug
it.
and testing?
No,
What? Yeah,
he wanted Olympic style testing in the sport,
yeah,
and
that's right.
in particular, he wanted Manny Pacquiao to take Olympic style blood testing in the sport. He never recommended anybody in particular, what are they
Everybody that want to
called?
fight him had to take that thing.
No, VADA was
Shane had
never
to
his
take
thing.
it.
VADA was never his
There's
thing.
details there, Troy, though, that he's telling you.
VADA was
Yeah,
never his thing. VADA was
Mhm.
never his thing. He wanted them to take a test. That's it. He never said you have to take VADA. He never said you have to take USADA. He never championed a doping agency.
he championed random blood, but
Yeah,
is yeah.
exactly. Thank you, Saul. That's what he championed. He championed a random blood test. He never said you got to go with this guy. You got to go with that guy. The one that championed all that shit was Victor Conte, was
Yeah.
Dr. Margaret Goodman, Lolito Donaire, his wife. Like those are the fighters and people around boxing that champion VADA. To this day, Victor Conte's champion VADA. He wants
Damn
everybody
shame.
to
We
take
started
VADA.
off talking. Mhm. No, but listen, we started off talking about two fights that are coming up, and now we're talking about blood testing and Ryan Garcia,
Yeah,
which don't
well,
have
It's your
nothing to
fault.
do with
It's your
boxing.
fault, Troy. You were hammering it on us. You were bullying us into it, man.
Yeah, it
no,
is.
but Troy, it's because when you
It
talk about
was.
Ryan, you have to talk about that because
It's all.
unfortunately, that's literally
Hmm
he's synonymous with that right now because he hasn't got that option.
Yeah, man.
That's a damn shame. That's what you're
No, it
known
is.
for.
It is. It is.
Because he basically beat Devin up that
Mm-hmm.
you popped dirty for something, and then you got sued, and you lost, and you lost the victory, and
And we
Devin lost the loss,
and
and
we were
gained the
also
victory.
talking about why Haney's getting, the hate. And I
Which
think
no one
personally
could explain that to me.
I can a little bit at least.
yeah.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead,
It all
Puro,
goes
and
back
then
to that
Soul, I get
lawsuit.
back.
That lawsuit was made, at least for me. I was glad that Devin made that lawsuit because to me he was trying to hold
It was
Ryan
his
Garcia.
father. It wasn't him. It was Bill. It was Bill because Bill came out on Coach's show and said that he did that. It was not
Yeah, he
Devin.
represents
His
Devin.
father did.
He
He
represents
represents
Devin.
Devin.
He
Yeah.
represents Devin. You can't have it both ways, Troy. Like if you want to praise Bill
Yeah, you
Haney
can.
for like literally promoting his son while leaving him
I'm
out of
praising
it,
them both.
which I've
Yes.
praised in the past as well. I like that because that's kind of the problem Floyd had. Floyd didn't have anybody to kind of like no, he didn't have that extra person, but like it's my cousin or it's my
shield
dad.
him.
Shield him for that, and like literally Floyd is hated to this day because
Devin could have told him not to do
He
it.
didn't want nobody.
Devin could have told him not to do it. He was okay with it, man.
But at the end of the day, though, like if you're gonna take credit for your dad, or if anybody's gonna take credit for the dad doing what he's doing for his son, like he's doing it for Devin. So Devin, whatever Bill does is synonymous with Devin. You can't make that distinction. So it don't matter if he says I was the one that did it. He did it in Devin's behalf.
No, listen. I can't get mad at him for doing that. And if Devin could have stopped it at the time, if I was in Devin's place, I would have said sue his ass too, because I'll still be pissed about losing.
Let me make a small point. Let me make a small point. This is natural. What happened there? Devin got Devin got a devastating loss from somebody he thought he was going to beat, and when this guy popped dirty, there was an opportunity there.
Open door.
I mean, right. I mean, it's very. I mean,
and I thought there was an opportunity there too. I thought, okay, he's going to take him. He's going to take him to court. He's going to like, and Ryan, Ryan is whether guilty or not, he's going to be made an example of. But all this came out later when it was Bill, because Devin doesn't really say anything. Bill came out and said we only sued Ryan Garcia to get the rematch. They didn't sue him to hold him accountable for the drugs.
Yes.
They didn't sue him for this, that, and the other. They sued him just to get the rematch, and they got the rematch. But instead of getting a direct rematch, they fought. They all fought this fight before they had to fight him. Ryan lost, and what happens? That leaves Devin out in the cold. Like
that's right.
They were even promoting the fucking rematch over the
not anymore.
They had scheduled.
Not anymore. It's not.
It was all about the rematch too. Like Rolly was supposed to lose. There was a whole build up to Haney Ryan selling the shit out of that fight. Excuse my language, but
I forgot to tell Rolly and Ryan that, So at the end of the day, the onus of fault of why that fight didn't happen, it has to all due to Devin Haney and
absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was all due to that boy losing the fight.
Obviously, what happened?
Ryan lost the fight, and that had nothing to do with them.
That had nothing to do with them either. But they didn't have to they didn't have to agree to have that fight in between. They should have went straight into the rematch. That's what they wanted. That's what they sued for. That's what they got. But unfortunately, they for whatever bonehead reason, they decided to make a fight before the fight.
Mm-hmm. Why did Ryan agree to it then? Money, right?
Why did Devin agree to it? Why did Devin agree to it? Why did Devin agree to it?
Money.
Oh, well, that's on them, isn't it?
I just said that money.
The blame.
That's on both. That's on both parties because they both.
Exactly.
And let me tell you something. That whole Devin Haney Ryan thing. Ryan Garcia. One could argue anyways that he fell into the trap about this happens all the time in boxing. You're focused on another guy.
Facts.
You know.
Tell him so. Talk that shit, brother.
Yeah, bro.
No, I mean, let me ask you a question. Okay. No. But let me ask both of y'all a question. Why did they have to sue to get a rematch? Obviously, Ryan wasn't going to give them the rematch, which is why they had to sue to get a rematch.
Yeah, because
right?
Ryan
because if
Ryan he doesn't want to,
would have just said, "Okay, I'll give you the rematch," right?
Yeah, Ryan doesn't have to fight anybody. He doesn't want to.
Which is why.
Well, it's a way. It's a way. Hey, Troy. It's a way.
Listen to me now. Listen to me now.
Sorry.
After no, but hold on. Right. But let me finish my statement. After show some kind of, doesn't that show some kind of quality that he wanted to fight, but the guy who beat him didn't want to give him the fight? Doesn't that show? Shouldn't you give Haney some respect for that? Because most fighters who go through that, they don't want no parts of the fighter who beat him. This guy wanted a rematch with him, and he had to sue him to get the fight. So admirable.
Yeah,
I see that.
Respect has nothing to do with it. Devin gets my respect regardless of like what fight he doesn't take or he takes. Like this has nothing to do. What we're talking right here is business. Like whatever the reason was, Ryan didn't want to give him the fight in the first place, and I guess what they were portraying is that that they were accusing Devin and Conte of causing this adverse or finding or whatever, this drug test. So truly, I don't know. At the end of the day, Ryan didn't want that fight in the first place, and they had to sue to get it, which they got.
What's kind of interesting is the steroid thing only made the rematch bigger. You guys got to remember Margarito and Cotto when it came out about the gloves or whatever. I don't know what you guys think about it. It's not really the point. It's that rematch was highly anticipated too because of the controversy. Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm not trying to
that was a
like
clear.
blame goes to where it belongs
but,
to. Like I agree with you, Troy. Blame belongs with Ryan and Devin.
Yeah, which goes to Ryan because he lost the fight with old boy here. If he didn't lose the fight, then we would have the rematch. But
Devin
me
has
personally,
nothing to do with him losing to,
I don't give a damn about the
Rolly
rematch.
Romero.
He has what was what I said. But now I don't give a damn about the fight, about the rematch because he has a fight now, with Brian Norman Jr.
Yeah,
and
facts.
I don't care about Ryan. Yeah, I don't care
not in
about
this,
that.
not in this. Yeah, because who cares? Ryan has nothing to do with this.
The whole time we've been talking, it's been about Ryan.
Yeah, I know, because you brought Ryan up. Remember, so I was saying it's all your fault.
No, it wasn't me.
It wasn't me either.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. So
I don't know. Soul said it was your fault.
Look what you did, Troy. It's your fault.
But anyways,
no.
Besides the fact who brought it up, whatever, we said what we said, and the fight has to do with B. Norman and Devin Haney.
I like the fight. I got Haney winning that fight. If he fights disciplined, I think he can beat him. I think he's been in bigger fights, and I think Devin Haney. If to be honest with you, I think Devin Haney probably wouldn't have taken that fight if he didn't think he could win it. I think Brian Norman's a good boxer. I think he packs a good punch, but I think Devin just feels he can beat him in a 12-round bout. We'll see, though. I like the fight, man. It's a challenge. Dude's going up in weight, and he's fighting a guy with good power, and he's a slick boxer. So
good power. That dude, he's not just has power, but he's very deliberate with it. His eyes are straightforward. He's very deliberate. Like you saw how he pushed him when they were on stage. He basically told, you have no idea what I believe I'm gonna do to you. You're irrelevant. That's it. Yeah, that's basically what he told. He didn't say it with words, to body language. I have 3 grown sons that are in their age group, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let someone have handled me like that, and my sons were around.
Right? Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, Norman's going to have to deal with that boxing ability too, though. Like, that's the thing. It goes both ways. Yeah. Devin's got to protect that chin and be real careful. But Norman's got to deal with that boxing ability as well. And Devin can make a boring fight on you, no problem. No problem. He can put a jab on you and stay away from
Devin has to find that dog in him. He has to find that dog in him to say, when I get him hurt, if I get him hurt, I got to stand my ground. And I'm going to have to stand my ground at some time in this fight to make him respect me. Brian Norman is coming in saying he has to get my respect. I don't need to get his. He has to get mine. And Devin Haney has to get that young man's respect. Because he's coming in with one thing in mind. I just don't want to beat you. I want to hurt you.
I appreciate your take. My take's the polar opposite. My take's the polar opposite.
I got B. Norman in 12 in Ryan style beatdown.
I think that Norman has to show Haney something, because Haney go in there and make that a boring fight, bro. Keep him at the end of his jab, stay safe, win on points. I think Norman's going to have to be the one to exercise, all these other things.
Be honest with you, Soul. If he fights like that, let's say he does the Floyd thing, pot shots hold and frustrates this guy. There's a good chance that he could catch him coming in with a thing or two.
Don't put that on Floyd. Floyd don't do that.
And maybe hurt him. Really?
I love Puro because
Yeah.
Puro actually knows some
I
Floyd Mayweather, bro. He
I
knows what time it is
Floyd
about
don't
strongly
know
Floyd,
that.
bro.
disagree with that, but
Leave that on
we're not
Devin, on
going down the
Shakur,
Floyd thing.
on all these track stars. Don't put that on Floyd.
That's 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 exactly what Floyd does. He pot shots and then he
Hmm.
holds you.
That's
I didn't
what you
say he
want him to be
ran. I said he
remembered
pot
for.
shots and holds
You
you.
want him to be remembered for. That's what you want him to be remembered
Hey,
for.
hey, what about all
Floyd
the
hater.
fights where
No,
Floyd?
Floyd
What
hater.
about
that's
the
you can
fights
Floyd
go.
where
hater.
Floyd's walking
Floyd's a
guys
Floyd hater.
down? What about the fights where Floyd's walking guys down and beating them right there in the phone booth? He's a tremendously
I
good
don't.
fighter at
I
fighting on the
I
inside.
don't
Like
know
Floyd could
one.
fight on the
I don't know
inside,
one
man.
fight at what. I don't remember. Yeah,
Miguel Cotto.
I don't remember one fight in the last 12 years he did that.
Stop
Miguel
fucking with me,
Cotto.
Troy.
He didn't
He
walk him
made.
down.
I don't know. You
Yeah, he did.
He did not walk him
It
down.
points in the fight he did, and
Cotto fought
Maidana,
him.
he didn't just pop shot Maidana. Maidana had him up against the ropes plenty of times, and Floyd was working on the inside. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
talking about
Let me
the
tell you
Floyd
what.
Mayweather that fought Robert Guerrero.
Yeah, you're
I'm
talking
Okay,
about
talking
like
about the
but
Floyd
the one,
Mayweather that I've
two
seen for the
times that
last
he
12
fought
years.
that man, man.
No, 12 years. At 12 years at 147, that's what I've
if you
seen.
watch the Guerrero fight, Guerrero never even touched him because he just fought on the outside. Floyd said many times over, I could beat guys different ways. He
Facts.
said after the
I'm
Cotto
not
fight, I
saying he
could have
can't
beat the
fight.
guy. He said after the Cotto fight, I could have beat the guy easy, but I gave the fans a good fight. So he
Troy,
fought him right there in the fucking
Oh,
phone booth.
Troy, that's that
really?
Floyd derangement syndrome, bro.
That's
It's
why he
okay.
was
It's okay.
bleeding. That's why he was bleeding. He was kind of swollen up in the Cotto
That
fight
is
when he
why he
was
was
suffering.
bleeding because he fought a more
Exactly.
dangerous fight. That's exactly why he was bleeding because, to my point, he fought a more dangerous
you
fight.
gotta
It's that
give
Floyd
Cotto
derangement syndrome, bro. It's that Floyd
you gotta
derangement
give
syndrome.
Cotto a whole lot more respect.
I do.
No, you
I'm
gotta give
telling you, he
Cotto a whole
fought
lot more
FCS.
Cotto in his
respect.
It's the
wheelhouse. He
FCS.
fought Cotto in his wheelhouse. That's respect to Cotto.
So Rebel,
Yes, he did.
that's that FCS, bro. That's
Yes,
that
he
FCS.
did. Yes, he did. But you know what Cotto did wrong? He never changed up his rhythm. And that's how Floyd beat him. He never changed up his rhythm at all. He did the same thing round after round after round
Troy,
after
they have an
round after
ointment for
round.
that,
Well,
He
bro.
didn't
that's
You
change
have,
up
kind of
his
you
the
have an
rhythm.
problem,
ointment.
right?
You have an ointment
I
for that.
saw that.
Kind
You
of
have
the
an ointment
problem,
for
though,
that.
right? Like Floyd can
I
do
got
that to you.
anointment for
You
that.
know,
You
You
said
have an ointment for
you- no,
that.
no, 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 no. Bad trainer could do that to you because any trainer worth anything would tell you he's
I love
got
it.
your rhythm and timing. And instead of doing 1, 2, 3, how about 1, 2? Instead of doing 1, 2, do one, and then change up your thing, man.
these are the
Change
woes.
it to them things.
These are the woes of Floyd Mayweather, right? Like Cotto could have done this. You know what Cotto did very well
No,
against
no, no,
Floyd? He
no.
had a great jab. He had
Yeah,
a great jab.
he had a great couple of rounds, and then Floyd, being the master boxer he is, got his timing, and his corner never said, "You need to do something different. This is what we're gonna do."
But that's my point,
That's what happened.
Troy. Floyd's not the one you really
Right,
want to fight
right.
in a phone booth with, and he doesn't get that credit. He'll never get that credit because everybody just calls him a runner. It's factually incorrect.
No, no, no. I
Not
didn't call
just
him a
you, not
runner.
just
Now
you.
his
I'm just
style is
saying.
made. I didn't call him a runner, so you can't say not just me. His style was made for fighting inside, just like the master James Toney. His style was made for that. The one thing
There you
James
go.
did
That Philly
was he
shell's
made
built
people
for it.
think that he was tired or asleep, and he used his defense as offense. James Toney did, right?
But
Because he would bounce punches off his shoulder and then boom, come right back.
But
That's all he did. But
that kind of
let's
goes
get
against
back
the
to
idea
yeah.
that he just pop shots guys. Yes, he pop shots guys. That's true, he does.
But
But when you get into that
oh yes, he
wheelhouse and
did.
you're dealing with that Philly shell, you're getting countered all night long right there in close quarters, bro.
Trust me, I have great eyes when it comes to this, and if his fights are that interesting, I wouldn't name them boring. I give him credit for the Cotto fight. I give him credit for Alvarez. Uh, in the last 12 years, I think that's about it.
You don't.
The other
I
fights are
mean,
boring.
I like them all, man. I like them all. Floyd did one thing that was really impressive to me is that he built himself to be kind of like. Have you ever played Mike Tyson's Punch Out? That's
Yeah.
kind of what he was. It's kind of what he was like. He's just really hard to beat, and everybody paid to watch him lose. So
You know what? The
the
one thing he did that was
opportunity.
great to
Every
me.
opponent that Floyd faced had a golden opportunity, and he beat them all. He beat them all.
And and Pure was going to want to jump in after my statement, but at one point I said that he was going to be the next Sugar Ray Robinson, right? This is Floyd. Then he moved up to 147, and I knew what he was doing. He became a businessman at that point. He said it: right fight or right price. He never fought anybody with long arms. Never fought anybody that was fast at 147. You could say he fought Shane, but what's Shane Achilles' heel? Boxer, a very good boxer. But the one thing that I know that Floyd did for me that was great when for the last 12 years was retire. Come on,
Oh, okay. Come
Puro.
on,
Now can you
man.
come in and
Shane
have
wasn't
this
slow. Shane's fast.
other
Shane's always had
no,
fast hands.
seriously, I got sick
Pacquiao
of
was
that.
lightning fast.
No, no, no,
Pacquiao was
no.
lightning fast.
That's what I said. That's what I said. I said Shane was fast. Yeah, I said
Oh,
that. But
okay.
his Achilles heel was a boxer. You
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
what
yeah.
Winky
True.
did to him.
Yeah,
You saw
I
what
hear you. My
Vernon
bad.
Forrest did to him, right? Yeah.
But Pacquiao was fast.
Go ahead, Piero. Yes, he was in short. He he could handle Pacquiao. He could
But
handle.
like, I just love the conversation. But I'm a Floyd apologist, so people hate that about me. But I just love the conversation because you said the best thing Floyd ever did was retire. Well, why?
In the last
Why?
12 years.
But
In the
why?
last
Like
12 years,
he had
yes.
great fights. He had fought nothing but champions. Like I don't
What?
understand the anti-Floyd
No,
shit.
he
I
had.
don't get it.
I'm waiting for Puro to come in here.
Okay, all right.
No, but you staying on mute. But nah, well, see, you said the key word there that you're a Floyd apologist. If there was
Hun-
nothing to apologize for, we wouldn't need apologists, right?
But there is something to because
Would we?
everybody kind of tells a half truth about Floyd Mayweather. And it's just the truth. I've been around these boxing streets for a long time. They tell
Okay.
a half truth about him. Oh, and
Hmm.
you didn't say this. I'm saying it. He's nothing but a runner. I talk about all the fights where he fights
Hmm.
guys right there in the phone booth. Then there's another excuse. There's another. He just doesn't get his credit, bro. That's kind of so. There is a reason for it. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Well, in the last 12 years, no, no, but in the last 12 years of his career, last 12 years, name me one fight you watched where you didn't know the outcome before the outcome happened.
There's a bunch. There's a bunch. Canelo Alvarez, Manny
Tick, tick,
Pacquiao,
tick,
and the
tick.
reason you knew the outcome is because he's the best, dude. He's the best. That's why you always think Floyd's gonna win because he probably is. It's just common sense. That's all.
No,
That's all
no,
that
no,
is.
no, no, no. You're not gonna
That's
hit me
all.
with that. When he came out his own mouth and said, "I don't fight. I don't want to fight hard. Right fighter, right price." What does that sound like to you?
Yeah, he was the money man. I mean, he did good business, but it's not like he had bad opponents. I mean, there's only literally maybe a
Okay,
handful of guys you could say he ducked in his whole career. Only a handful. But you can say
I
that
didn't
about
say he
any.
dunked anybody,
No, you didn't. You didn't.
but
I
there's a
did.
reason.
I
No,
said,
no, no.
yeah, he's the money man, but his opponents were good
Okay,
opponents. That's my point.
okay. Well, I'm gonna throw some names out there. When I say Leonard, you say,
Hagler?
"Come on." When I say Leonard,
I say
Hagler,
Hagler,
You can say
right?
Hearns, yeah.
I
Now,
said, yeah.
okay, sure. Now, when I throw out, let's say a name like Tyson, you say
Linux?
Holyfield. Holyfield. You say Holyfield. Because they had two great fights, right? Two
Mm-hmm.
very good fights.
Indeed.
So when I throw out Floyd, what is his signature fight? What's the
Manny
fight that he's going to be
Pacquiao?
remembered for?
I don't know. He
Do
fought
you have
Manny
a
Pacquiao
bird?
and beat him.
Hey, what? Why?
Sorry.
Why would he be
Like,
remembered
he
for a
beat Manny
one-sided
Pacquiao. He
fight?
beat Shane Mosley. He beat Miguel Cotto. Canelo Alvarez? I don't know. I can see where you're going with it, but that's the issue. Is he had a lot of great fights. Those are great
No,
opponents.
no, no. Those are good. Those are good fights. But if they're one-sided, how are they great?
Okay, so
And as
this is
far
what
as
I'll tell you. Floyd's a victim to being better than the competition, bro. He's a victim to being better than
So
the competition. There was nobody better than him. The only one
how are
was
you a victim if
you
how are you
can't
a
beat
victim if
guys
you're
that aren't
picking
there,
your
bro. You
fighters?
can't beat guys that aren't there.
No,
You
but I'm
fight the
saying how are
best
you
in
a
your
victim?
division.
How are you a victim if you're picking your fighters that you want to fight? Can't be a
Well,
victim because you
you're
chose them.
only wrong for picking fighters if you pick scrubs. Okay, picking fighters, there's nothing wrong. You got to pick somebody. You're only wrong if you pick scrubs, but he didn't pick scrubs.
Wow, you were sharp, but you cutting corners instead of walking in a straight line.
But if you
If
made an
you pick
argument
a
that he
fighter
picked
for what
scrubs,
reason?
then it would make sense.
He said it. He's no. I never. I said it clearly. Right fighter, right price. Those are not my words. Those are his words. That means he's
Is
picking
that
the
new to
right
Floyd?
fighter and the right price for his style.
Is
We're
that
not
new to
talking about
Floyd?
new to
Doesn't
Floyd.
every
We're
boxer
talking
pick the
about the
right
fact
fighter
of
for
what
the
he
right
did.
price?
And no.
They don't.
And
They don't
you
pick the
cutting
right fighter for
corners
the right
again
price.
instead of going in a straight line. We're talking of fun. Nah. You're not going to
They all
deflect
pick the
me
right
away from
fighter for the
walking in
right
a
price,
straight
man.
line.
Welcome to boxing.
What we talking about is the man pick. Okay, fighters out there he could have fought over the ones he did, but he left them on the table. Why is that?
You haven't made an argument to who he ducked.
I didn't say duck. I said he left them on the table. Why?
Fair enough. That's true. But I'm saying, if we're
And
going to say that, who did he not fight that you would have been more pleased with?
okay, and this is not me. This is him. Remember when he did that fan poll and he said, "I want you to the fans to pick a fighter that they want me to fight." Who did they pick? Amir
Hey,
Khan.
right.
Who did
Okay.
he fight? Who? No. And this is Floyd who put this out there. Any fighter you pick, I'm gonna fight. Right? Since y'all say I ain't fighting nobody, they
He
picked
picked
Amir
a better
Khan,
opponent. He picked a
right?
harder
And
opponent.
Amir. No,
He
no,
picked
no.
a harder opponent. He fought Maidana over Amir Khan.
No,
He
no,
fought the better
no.
opponent coming
Listen
off
to
a
me.
bigger
Listen to
win.
me.
He
Amir
fought
Khan.
Maidana over Amir Khan.
No,
He picked a better opponent.
no.
Yeah, he did.
How was how was
I remember that
how was
poll. I
Amir
remember
Khan a
that
better?
poll.
I mean, how was no, no. Listen. Right? You said that this guy here, Madonna, was a better fighter, but didn't Khan beat Madonna? So how was
Dude,
he a
that was
better
like a
fighter
neck and
over
neck fight.
Khan? When
That was
Khan had a country, he had a farm. No. It doesn't matter. A win is a win. You said that, but
no, but Amir Khan had
number
lost
one,
after Maidana.
Khan beat the
Floyd
fighter
fought
that
Maidana
Khan beat
coming
the
off his
fighter that he
biggest
fought.
win. Floyd fought Maidana
It
coming off his
it
biggest
doesn't
win.
matter.
Amir Khan
It doesn't.
was stock
No,
was
no,
lower than
no.
Maidana. Floyd
That's
picked the harder
impossible.
fight.
That's
No,
impossible. His
not
stock
money
could never
wise.
be.
I'm not talking about popularity. I'm talking about in the
That's all
ring.
Ford.
I'm talking about in the ring. Floyd picked the harder opponent at that time. Between
How
Amir
so?
Khan,
How so?
Maidana was on a 3-fight winning streak, knocking out Adrian Broner. Amir Khan was on the
That's good. It
decline.
was a 3-fight winning streak. Really?
I think so.
Well, see,
I think
why
so.
did he?
I'm not 100%
Why didn't
about
he
that,
keep
but I'm
his
pretty
words
sure.
to the fan? No, but why didn't he keep his words to the fans? And he said, "Any fighter you pick, I'm gonna fight." Did he keep his word?
Yeah, but
No,
wasn't
that's what he
Maidana
said,
part of
right?
that list, Troy? Wasn't
Thank
Maidana
you.
part of that list? Okay, so you got
He
Khan, you
said
got
any fighter
Maidana.
the fans pick. No, you're not
Yeah.
gonna do that. Any fighter the fans pick. They did not pick Maidana. They picked Khan.
They picked Khan. Okay.
So that's
Well, that's
one
a fair
fighter he
argument.
left on the table.
That's a fair
And
argument.
then
I'll give you that.
there was
He
Thurman
picked Maidana.
Thurman out there who
Troy,
had
just so
2
I
belts.
understand. Just so I understand. He picked Maidana instead of who the fans said, which was Khan, right? All right, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I still think though that Maidana was the better opponent. Like personally, I think Maidana was the better opponent. But Amir Khan was chinny, bro. Amir Khan was chinny, bro. Yeah. Maidana wasn't really chinny, bro. I mean,
you giving me all the reasons why he should have picked him, but no, but you know why he picked him? When was the fight? Wasn't it on Cinco de Mayo? You know,
you are aware that when Floyd fought
that he's
Maidana, that
Venezuelan.
Maidana gave him hell, right?
I do realize that it was on
Like
Cinco
he
de
fought
Mayo.
a
He
good
thought that
fighter
he
there,
no
bro.
listen. Floyd thought he could just plug in, any Latino and make numbers on Cinco de Mayo. Haha! It didn't
He
work
wasn't
out that
wrong.
way, did it? No,
Yeah, it did. Yeah, he did. He
no.
won and he got the numbers. He won
Okay.
and he got the numbers. It did
He
work out
he
that
he
way.
actually he actually would have got bigger numbers because this dude is Muslim and he's from the UK and he had a whole country behind him, plus he had the Muslim
Yeah,
countries
sort
behind
of.
him, so it was a bigger fight,
The
right?
boxing fans
Sort
at that
of.
time didn't talk about Amir Khan in high regard. He had lost a bunch of times. He lost to Lamont
Over here,
Peterson. He got knocked
over
out by
here,
Danny. Just let me.
over here. You're
Just let
talking
me.
about.
Just let me
You're
finish.
talking.
What I'm telling you is, you are right. You are right
Hmm.
in terms of, had he fought Amir Khan, he probably would have made more money, a little bit more popularity. However, he picked the fighter that was on the up and up. Amir Khan had gotten knocked out by Danny Garcia. If I'm not mistaken, did he? I don't know. Did he lose to Chris Algieri? No, he won. I think he beat Chris Algieri. But he had, everybody wanted to see the Khan fight only because Khan's really athletic and fast. But he actually picked the harder fight with Maidana. Personally, I think so. It proved it because he had a freaking rematch with him. You know. So, I mean, the point is, when he made that Maidana
Didn't
fight,
okay.
that was a good fight.
Okay, but you said I don't really want to go, but let me just say this, then I'm gonna get off here because I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna get off this topic. But you
Yeah,
said
yeah.
Amir Khan got knocked out by Danny Garcia. Did Maidana get knocked out by a guy who Floyd fought later on? He, what was his name?
Who made Donna get
The
knocked
guy that
out by?
headbutted him.
Oh,
Who was the fighter that
Victor
headbutted Floyd?
Ortiz. Victor Ortiz.
Didn't he
Yeah,
stop
but
Madonna, or
it's a
was it
good
vice
question.
versa?
I think Victor Ortiz quit in that fight,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not 100% sure. I think
Okay.
Victor Ortiz quit versus
Was there
Maidana.
a rematch?
No,
No,
that
but
you're
was
talking
there a
about
rematch?
Andre
I think there
Berto.
was a
You're talking about
rematch
Andre
against that.
Berto.
No, no, no.
Victor Ortiz fought
Okay, yeah,
Andre
I know
Berto
about that
twice.
fight, but
Yeah.
yeah, but anyhow, man, let Floyd stay where he is and get his rest. To me personally, I was a big fan of him, and then when he came back and he was all business, I couldn't stand it because I saw what he was doing right away. I mean, I couldn't stand it after that because I saw so much talent in him, and
I just not convinced he did
he
anything
was just
wrong.
boring,
Like, no one
and
could
I just
convince
couldn't
me
take it
what he did
anymore.
wrong. Everybody says he moved in all these mysterious
No,
ways. What did
no,
Floyd do wrong?
just like you can't convince me that Haney, just like just
What
that's the
Floyd
same
do
way I feel
wrong?
about Haney. You can't
It's like
tell me
it's
Haney
like
did nothing wrong.
Money
People gonna want to hate on the
Mayweather.
brother.
Money Mayweather wasn't the
What
same
did
as
Haney?
Pretty Boy. Well, what Money do wrong? What Money do wrong? All he did was fight champions, bro. That's all he did. Fight champions. What fights did he duck? Was Pacquiao not a good opponent? Was Canelo not a good opponent? Was Maidana not a good opponent? I think Robert
What
Guerrero
did
was
Haney
coming off.
do? That's a good question. But what did Haney do wrong?
Hopefully, you rethink your Mayweather issue, bro.
I'm never gonna rethink it because I see the truth of what he did. But and you can't tell me not to see
What's
the
the
truth in right front of
truth?
my face. But what did
What's the truth? What did he do
he
wrong? What did he
became
do
a
wrong?
business? He out his own mouth. He said he was a businessman. He wasn't a boxer. So I knew what he was all about. Now,
You're
what did
supposed
Haney do
to.
wrong?
You're the most popular fighter in the world. You're supposed to be a
I
businessman. Look why Sugar Ray Leonard did the same thing.
Sugar Ray Leonard did not do the same thing because I don't recall him.
Him and Hagler,
I mean,
that was
the
a
fighters that
whole,
he
I'm the
fought.
A side. That was a whole thing for years, 5 years, if I'm not mistaken.
No, but you know that they were in the same age group, right? I think they were only separated by about 2 years. So
My
you can't
point
say
is, when
that.
you're the most
And
popular,
both of them, the diff.
when, there, there's nothing
Mhm.
wrong with picking opponents if they're good opponents, and there's nothing wrong with being a businessman if you're picking good opponents. You're supposed to become a businessman. Man, you don't become the most popular fighter in the
Okay.
world and then let everybody run your career. No, you take advantage of your career. That's what you do. I don't know that that's a
He
flaw
was
at all.
only popular because no one else was. No, but he was popular because he was most around when he was on top. Who?
Who was
You
around
mean
when he was on top? There's a lot of great fighters. Roy
yeah.
Jones was around. You know, list
No,
goes
they.
on.
I mean, no. That's when he was at 135 and doing the thing on 40. When he came to 147, they were phasing out. So
Did
they
you
were on
know
that
that
top. Back in
when he faced Sugar Shane Mosley was a
in
welterweight
two
champion, knocking out Margarito in fantastic fashion. Like he fought
Sugar Shane
Mosley
Mosley.
coming off a great knockout, bro.
Hmm.
That's when he fought him. Coming off
Two,
a knockout, bro.
and that doesn't answer my question about who else was around.
Well, that's one person. There's Sugar Ray. Hey, I told you,
No,
Sugar Shane Mosley. The
Mosley was
fans were fighting for it. I
Mosley
heard
was a
you.
bo-
The fans were clamoring
I
for
already
that
knew how
Sugar
that
Shane
fight was
Mosley
going to
fight.
turn out because Mosley. Those are the fans that don't. Those are the fair weather
Um,
fans. I knew how that fight was going to turn out because
the
Mosley's
media wanted
Achilles
that
heel
fight.
is a good boxer.
The media wanted that fight.
Who?
It doesn't matter about his Achilles heel. Sugar Shane Mosley's been in there with
And that
many great
and thank
boxers.
you for proving my point. Thank you for proving my point. Who?
Dude, fighting Sugar
Yeah, and
Shane
he's
Mosley
lost.
was the right thing to do. Was the right thing to do. He fought an HEG at that time. That was the right thing to do. Who was he supposed to fight
Um,
instead? Pacquiao coming
I
off a
don't know,
knockout?
but you
Pacquiao got
still haven't
knocked out,
answered my
bro.
question.
Like, okay. So fighting Sugar Shane Mosley was a bad move. Okay.
I don't know. You said that, and but
Right.
again, what does it? What? Why is this Haney catch all the hell? Danny, he ain't doing nothing wrong.
I promoted that. I said Haney's doing great. I said he's moving great.
Thank
You know.
you. Now, did you see the fight last night?
Yeah, I did. That was
Taylor and Serrano.
I did.
Who you think? Who you think won that fight?
I think it was a good decision. I think every time they fight, it's a neck and neck fight. To be honest, I didn't see that separation I wanted to
Yeah.
see. They just kind of went to war, bro. Again.
Any headbutts?
I don't
Any
remember.
headbutts this
I
time?
don't remember. Was there?
I didn't see the whole fight, so that's why I'm asking.
Oh yeah, I don't remember
Now,
any, but I know
before
Katie
I jump
Taylor can
off
get a little
here,
dirty. Yeah.
a little, yeah. Now, before I jump off here,
No, Troy,
Montel
it's been
Griffin,
fun, man.
I
I'm just having a razz with you.
invited
It's been a
him.
lot of fun.
Yeah, it's been fun. But listen to me, Montel Griffin has a Facebook page. I jumped off because he said the fighters of yesterday. No, he said that Sugar Ray Robinson would be an average fighter today. So I invited him on the show to name all the fighters today from 147, 154, 160 that would have beat Michael Elijah. Day was on my side about this situation, but he didn't come on the show either because I invited both of them. I gave him the link and everything, right? So what do you think about? Oh, also Montel Griffin said that the fighters from yesterday couldn't or not as good as the fighter today. So I kinda had to remind them about two things. You're a fighter from yesterday. So basically you're saying that, you'll get your ass kicked today, right? So that was
Right.
the first thing. And
Yeah.
then the second thing was if these fighters are so good, why they only fighting once a year and why haven't they broken the records of all these fighters from yesterday? And why doesn't anybody know who they are?
Hundred
And
percent.
why don't they have any legacies?
Troy, I think it's a double-edged sword because today you could say that fighters have better nutritionists and all this other stuff, and that's true. But
Hmm.
back in the day, they were way more active. Um, they were mentally kind of just tougher because they had to fight
Yes,
all the time.
yes.
I've made this argument plenty of times that
They didn't fight once a year.
old fighters could beat fighters of
Hmm.
today. And the reason I say that is because boxing hasn't changed the way the NBA's changed. It hasn't changed the way the NFL's changed. At the end of the day, when it comes to boxing, there's two guys in a ring trying to rip each other's heads off. To suggest that back then great fighters couldn't hang with the fighters today, I don't agree with that. Like I think Sugar Ray Robinson would beat the piss out of Keith Thurman. Call me crazy, but
Anybody from
you know,
147 to 160, he beats up anybody.
like Keith Thurman versus Sugar Ray Robinson from back then, both in their prime. Keith Thurman in his prime, Sugar Ray Robinson. Is somebody going to tell me that Ray Robinson's going to be out of sorts and he's just not going to know what to do?
I,
You know what I mean? It's
I
ridiculous.
do. I'll do one better for you. You always see this thing with Leonard versus Floyd. Leonard would beat him up, right? It'll be a good fight, but at the end of the day, Leonard's gonna drop him and beat him the
All
same
right,
way he did to the
fair
great
enough.
the great Wilfred Benitez, right? Uh, Sugar Ray against Floyd at 147. Sugar Ray Robinson never lost at 147. He beats Floyd up
Well,
because he
now
can't stop him.
in the
Don't
same
forget the
token, I
grilled
think
hands that
fighters
he
of today
complained
could hang
about,
with
right?
fighters. In the same token, though, I do think fighters from today could hang with the fighters back then as well. Though it goes both ways. Like I
Yeah,
don't think just
yeah.
because you're
Floyd,
old, I don't.
yeah,
I think Floyd could
yeah.
hang
Floyd
with
would
Sugar
hang with
Ray
him.
Leonard. Yeah, yeah, 100%. That's all I'm saying is he
He ain't
could
gonna
hang.
beat him.
He's not gonna go in there and just get
He has
destroyed
nothing
by
to
Sugar Ray
lose.
Leonard like he doesn't know how to box, bro. I mean,
No, no, no. I give him a good 8, 9 rounds, and then Sugar Ray's just gonna beat him up
Sugar
because
Ray's
he does
logger,
nothing
Sugar
that's
Ray's
confusing
logger
to him. Hmm.
Sugar Ray's longer, and he has a lot more volume, and I think he hits harder than Floyd.
And
Floyd
he's
would.
way stronger.
That's right. I mean, that's a good argument. I would probably lean towards Sugar Ray Leonard beating Floyd, but I would love to see how a prime Mayweather, like the problems that he would give Leonard as well. It wouldn't be a walk in the park. You got to remember Mayweather's hard to hit, man. You know.
No, no, it wouldn't be a walk in the park, but he brings nothing in that ring that Lennon has not seen. Okay, the stuff that he's a much better school fighter than most fighters today. That stuff that he does today, all the cats back there seen that already because they got schooled by older, well experienced fighters who turn trainers or just trainers who trained with very great fighters. So there's nothing that Floyd is bringing in the ring that Leonard has not seen already. Nothing,
Well,
nothing at all.
I would argue that IQ wise, I think Littard would have his troubles. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm not obviously
How?
Hearns had good IQ, Hagler had good IQ, but these are really offensive fighters. Roberto Duran, really offensive fighter. I mean, Floyd, he
Wilfredo
wouldn't.
Benitez.
There you go. I mean, I'm
Wilfredo
not
Benitez.
100%, but I'm saying Floyd's IQ can hang with the best of them. So. That's good decision making. That's
He can hang
composure.
with him,
That's
but
knowing
I'm
when
just
to
saying
punch.
Leonard to keep
That's
it
knowing
fair.
how to win.
147.
That's a lot of things, man.
Yeah, but let me say this before I shut this down here.
100%. Go for it,
Name
but
name me the one sporting. There's a sporting record, at least in boxing, that will never ever be beat. Can you name it?
a welterweight that would never be beat.
No, no, no. There's a record that stands in boxing that will never ever be beat in boxing.
I'd like to say Sugar Ray Robinson. I think that's pretty unmatched. It's pretty unmatched.
Well, that's one of them, but you never know what the future would hold with that 91 fight,
Is it
win
Chavez?
streak, right?
Chavez Jr.
But
Maybe? No, Chavez Senior.
uh, nope, I said his name versus Sugar Ray a couple of times.
Oh, Bivi.
Wilfredo
Wilfred
Benitez is
Bivi.
the youngest
Alfredo Bivi.
champion in boxing at 17 years old. You'll never see that again because I don't think it's legal for anybody to turn pro anymore at 17.
That's awesome. No,
17 years
thanks for
old,
the
and
knowledge,
he
bro.
was a
That's
world
good.
champion.
Thanks for the back and forth,
Yeah.
man. It was
So
fun. I hope I brought a
yeah, but
little
this
energy to your channel.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah,
Thank you, man.
definitely,
I had a
definitely. I
good time. I'm
appreciate
gonna let you
you,
go.
Pure Road, and everybody in the chat. It was good, man. Hopefully y'all pop back in next Saturday. I'm gonna do something every Saturday at 2 o'clock, man.
All right then, Troy. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
Bye.
Uh, well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, countries, continents, states, and cities. Thank you for popping by to the Troy Graham Experience, the boxing show, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday. Don't forget, just come on, come through. So thanks for everybody that popped up. Rolling, that's like a legend around here on podcast. Rolling with the punches in no boxing. What's the brother's name? Soul Rebel, Purple. I'm gonna call Hosai, Ho Shy, Ho Shy. It looks like the dude had very funny comments. So thank you all for coming out, man. And everybody that peeped in, Pure Roll, appreciate you. And all the fans that peeped in, all the fans from all over the world. I thank you for popping in and spending your Saturday with me at least for an hour. I guess I was on for 2 hours, almost. No, hour and a half, hour and a half. So thank you, I appreciate you. But I'm gonna shut her down. Upon us all, fans, upon us all. You know, but yeah. Any of y'all watch Hancock? Does anybody watch Hancock? Upon us all, Hancock. Well, in this case, upon us all, Troy Graham Experience. You had a good run, but it's time to go. Upon us all. I got a new comment. Who was the new? Peace. All right. Next Saturday, same Troy Graham Experience channel, same Troy Graham Experience time, same Troy Graham Experience energy, or even higher. You never know who's gonna pop up here. I'm just gonna put the invites out there. If the guests come on, they come on. If not, the experience is here, baby. The experience is always here. Bless up.